Hey all, and welcome to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I'm Slide, and today we're going to be doing a roster review. Before I get into the video, I just want to remind you all that if you could hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, all that stuff really helps boost the channel in terms of getting some exposure to help other people find this channel. And so it really does help the channel to grow. So if you could take just a second to do that, it's much appreciated. If you would like to have a roster review, please leave a comment in the at the bottom of this video or at any of my videos, because I read all the comments always, and leave your ally code. And then if you want any specific feedback, go ahead and include that in the comment as well. Or you can add me in game. I shared my ally code in another video, like 2 or 3 videos ago. So check that out if you want to reach out to me in game. But with that, let's go ahead and talk about our roster spotlight person today, which is Sam. Sam is from the guild Order 66 Survivors, and right away I'm seeing some amazing stuff in his account. I'm seeing a Jedi Master Kenobi, I see a Commander Ahsoka Tano, I see a General Skywalker, I'm seeing his Negotiator fleet, I see that he's in Erodium 2, so he's knocking on the door of getting into Kyber. So this is a really great account, I can tell already. If we go into stats, we can see his galactic power is 5.7 million, and he's got a split there of 3.3 in characters and then 2.3 in his ships. So a good, fairly strong balance between those two. With ships, he might be a little bit lacking in that GP. I would like to see that number a little closer to the character GP, but that's just me, because I'm always like obsessed with fleets. Let's go ahead and hop into his account. Let's check out the ships first. We'll start with his fleet. So he's currently using Negotiator, and he's getting, looks like, so right now he's number 29, but I'm guessing he probably climbs up when it comes to his arena climb. But a Negotiator is going to have a tough time competing against Executors and Profundities. So I think immediately I can tell you that getting one of those mega fleets into your account is going to be a game changer. So if we scroll down to look at what fleets he has, I can see he's got his Negotiator with his Relic 8 Kenobi. He's got his Endurance, but I bet he doesn't use that too much. Malevolence with a Relic 7. Looks like you have 1 star left on your Malevolence, so you're almost there. So good job with that. You've got a maxed out Chimera, a maxed out Executrix. So you do have a couple fleets that can function really well for you. As I scroll through your ships here, I'm seeing a lot of relics up at the top. That Han's Millennium Falcon with 2 Relic 7 pilots, that must do a lot of work for you. I'm sure your Bosk does as well, so good job with all that. If you're using the Negotiator lineup, one thing I would suggest is go ahead and start farming the BTL Y-Wing Starfighter. I see it's at 3 stars right now, but what you can do is when it comes to like Grand Arena and whatnot, you can plug in the BTL rather than using the Houndstooth, and then you can save your Houndstooth for another fleet. So I think it's worthwhile to go ahead and start farming this thing up. It is a super valuable tank that really frees up your Houndstooth for other fleets. All right. I do know that you are going for Executor because I did look into your characters already, and I saw that if I go to your Bounty Hunters, I'm seeing Bosk, I'm seeing Boba Fett, I'm seeing Dengar, I see Cad Bane, I see that IG-88 is being worked on. So I can tell that you are going after the Executor. And if I go into your Empire, I see that you've got a Relic 7 Admiral Piet. Let's see, you've got Darth Vader ready to go. Do you have the TIE Fighter pilot? Okay, TIE Fighter pilot is at gear 12, so you're working on him. So I can tell that you are for sure, you recognize the importance of the Executor and getting one of those mega fleets into your account. So I have to assume that's your current project, and that's a great choice. One thing I will say though is if you're farming the Executor, keep in mind that you need all of the ships at 7 stars in order to unlock it. And as I go through your ships here, I can see that you've got the TIE Bomber at 6 stars, so you'll need 1 more star on that ship. But something that might be a little bit problematic here is your IG-2000 ship is only at 4 stars. So the way this timing is going to work, I think, with your account is I would accelerate this farm immediately. I would start spending the 25 crystals every day to refresh that node. Otherwise, you're going to end up having to wait for the IG-2000 to get to 7 stars when all of your pilots are all ready to go and everything else is set. So I would put this on your list of to-do ships. Make sure you get this thing going ASAP. So the IG-2000 ship, and also, like I said, the BTL Y-Wing, I think those 2 ships would be a great focus for your account right now. So I recognize that fleets may not be the strongest point of your account, but I can tell you, you've got so many other things going on, great things going on in your character list. You've got 2 Galactic Legends, you've got Jedi Master Kenobi and the Sith Eternal Emperor. But in addition to that, you've got General Skywalker, you've got Commander Ahsoka Tano, you've got Malak, you have both of the Revans, you've got a CLS team, you've got Iden Versio at Relic 7, wow. You've got Starkiller at Relic 5. You've got the requirements for Starkiller. So there's so many awesome, amazing teams that you've got in your character list. So I have to imagine when you are going into Grand Arena, your strategy is to win on the character front. Because I would definitely be scared to go against this account, seeing all of those legendary characters in there. So great job with that. One thing I did notice is with your Starkiller team, I'm curious what your team is that you use, because I'm betting it is going to be your Emperor Palpatine with Starkiller and Mara Jade. But then the other 2, I'm a little unsure, because I know that Starkiller is going to need an unaligned Force user on the team. And I guess I would bet you're probably using Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum on the team. Something to think about too is maybe farming up Visas Mar. I know that she's oftentimes used on a Starkiller team. And then also you'll want to make sure you have a tank on that team as well. I'm not quite sure what tank you're using, but that is an amazing team. So kudos to you for unlocking that. In terms of, let me get back to your account here. Where are you? Here's a quick little showcase of all my allies. One thing that I'm sure you're thinking about is kind of your next big plan of where do you go from here when you have so many amazing teams. I think since you already have the CLS team unlocked, if you go to your Rebels, right, you've got the CLS team with Chewbacca, Chewpio, Han Solo, C-3PO. That's an amazing team. But that would be a good way kind of to segue into maybe unlocking Jedi Knight Luke. And from there, you could go into either JML, Jedi Master Luke, or you could go into Jabba the Hutt. I think that would be a super viable route for you. If you're looking to... Oh, and also with Rebels too, if you did go that route, and especially if you went like the JML route, you could also unlock a lot of Rebel pilots to really strengthen your Rebel fleet. And so that's going to boost up your fleet power a little bit more for your account, which might be great for you. Another route I think that would be very tempting if I had this account would be Lord Vader. Because when you think about it with all of your characters, you've got gas already. So you just got to bump him up a little bit. You have Padme, didn't you? Let me check here. Galactic Republic. Yeah, of course you've got Padme. So you've got Padme ready to go. You've got the clones ready to go. You've got Tarkin already at Relic 3, so you can just bump Tarkin up a few Relic levels. Also, you've got, if I go into your Empire, you've got Stormtrooper. You've got Royal Guard. So if you were to unlock Lord Vader, you've already got his team somewhat assembled. You've got So obviously Lord Vader would be in the leadership slot. You have Royal Guard, you'd want to bump his relics up a little bit. You have Stormtrooper that you could slot in there, or any other kind of Empire tank. Darth Vader would probably slot in with that team. And then you just want to work on Maul. You'd want to try and work on Maul via Conquest. I would start like refreshing that Proving Grounds and unlock his shards even faster. I think that would be my preferred route on this account, because you've already got so many of those requirements done. You've already got his team starting to kind of come together. So I think that would make a lot of sense. Another thing you can do is think about, with this current conquest, we have Admiral Trench, that is the current conquest farm. And thanks to your Jedi Master Kenobi farm, you've got Trench's team already starting to form up. You've got Jango Fett, you've got Wat Tambor. If you went for Lord Vader, you'd bump up Newt Gunray up to relics. And you'd also want to work on, who's the other one? There's another Lord Vader requirement that would be perfect. Oh, Count Dooku, right? So you already have Count Dooku already set too. So I would like aggressively go after Admiral Trench, because I think it would line up perfectly with what kind of characters you have already in your roster. So that would be a route. You know, you could go First Order and pursue SLKR, and you get another fleet out of it. But kind of like Rey, both First Order and Resistance are kind of isolated. They're their own little projects that don't necessarily tie into a lot of other projects. The First Order fleet, it does require like Houndstooth and some of the Executor farms. So there is a little bit of overlap there, but this would definitely be a little bit of a branch out for you to do the First Order. Personally, if I had this account, I think I would go for Lord Vader, and then after Lord Vader, I would work on Jedi Knight Luke, and then go into either Jabba or JML. I think that'd be a great route for your account. But honestly, I'm super jealous of this account. The characters are outstanding. Get that Executor unlocked, though. That's going to really finish it off and make it an even stronger account. The other bit here is we can look at mods real quick, and to do that, I'll sort by speed. Obviously, speed is the king when it comes to modding. And so, obviously, the Galactic Legends will be fast. And by the way, I see that they're at Relic 8, so good job on that. But you've got a number of characters here that are pretty outstanding. One of my favorite content creators is Darth Loquitur. I think he offers a lot of great advice. And one piece of his advice is that for each 500,000 GP that you have, you should have one character that is over 300 speed. That's kind of his metric. So if we're going to apply that metric to your account, you should have about 11 characters who are over 300 speed. And that's excluding Galactic Legends. So that's honestly a very high bar, but I'm curious where you're at with it. So if I exclude your two Galactic Legends, so Moff Gideon, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So Starkiller is your 11th character. Let's check out his speed, see where he's at. 291. So he's close to 300. You're not that far off. So he's pretty fast. Darth Revan is 294. So once again, we're knocking on that door of 300 speed. Shaak Ti is 296. We got Colonel Stark, 298. So all of these characters that I'm looking at here, 299, are so close to 300. Pretty much if we were to round up, they'd all be over 300 speed. So you could definitely, boost them up a little bit more, but your account is looking great for modding, I would say. Just based off of that metric, you're in a very solid position. It's not like Starkiller is super low on speed. I mean, he's very close to that benchmark. So great job with your mods. Keep farming those mods. Look for speed. Never neglect your mods. And it looks like this account, I can guarantee you, Sam does not ignore mods. This is a player who is on top of things when it comes to making sure that he has a good, fast, speed-oriented mod inventory. All right. So, anyways, I just want to say it's a fantastic account. I see that you're working towards that executor. I think that's going to make a huge boost to your account. Getting top in fleet with that crystal payout is so important. But congratulations on an awesome account. So good job, Sam. Way to go. Order 66 Survivors is lucky to have you. I just want to say once again, guys, if you are interested in having your own roster reviewed by yours truly, please just drop a comment or reach out to me in game via my ally code, which I'll put up on the screen right now. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Stay tuned. I'll be having episode 2 of my Let's Play series coming out in the next day or two. So I'll see you soon.